Hi, I'm John Howden.
Keith Mander.
Bill Cook.
Bisham Davey.
Carlisle Epp.
Mabini Joy Pagtakan.
Evan Lang.
The Winnipeg Adult Education Centre is home to some of the most caring, thoughtful, and uplifting people we've encountered. We didn't know too much about this mysterious, beautiful building in our neighborhood, so we took a look inside, and here's what we found.
We've been in business over 60 years and we're the only adult high school of its kind in the province of Manitoba, which is different from adult learning centres. We're a complete high school that offers courses from grade 9 to 12. We have over 800 students. In any given year, we'll graduate between 180 and 200 students. Since we're dealing with adults, there's a lot of gratification in having an open and honest dialogue and building relationships one-on-one on an adult level. We deal specifically with folks who, for whatever reason, needed to either finish their high school or weren't completely successful the first go around. So there's a high level of satisfaction associated with getting people the tools they need to be successful at the next stage of their journey.
Going into filming, we didn't know what to expect. We knew we wanted to create a meaningful story and connection with our community in downtown Winnipeg. We learned that the people of the Winnipeg Adult Education Centre strive towards creating a safe haven for their students to feel included and heard in their experience.
I think in adult ed, it's really easy to be motivated to come to work every day because there's very tangible results that you see every day right in front of you. In other aspects of education, like if you're an elementary school teacher or a middle school teacher, it can be hard to see kind of growth and the end result sometimes, but here, like quite literally, you know, we've got students who graduate in June and then come back in September and talk about the job that they got that summer, or they go right into post-secondary or whatever it might be. Like the impact is a lot more immediate and obvious, and so to see that impact and to feel like you're helping folks kind of right now is an easy thing to motivate you to come to work every day. So I'm quite fortunate to work in a library where we can help students in a wide variety of ways. So it's not just academic support, but we kind of help them with whatever else they need going on in their life. And so, you know, whether it be helping them fill out like a tax form or a rental agreement, or help get their Canadian citizenship potentially, like all these different things we do on a daily basis here to try to kind of provide fewer barriers that might get in the way of their academic success.
Many of the students here come to the school, they're working full-time, some are working part-time, many of them have children. And I realize the sacrifice they're putting in to get an education. It gives me great satisfaction to see students, how much they learn and the joy of learning. And finally, how much they've changed their lives for the better. One of the first things I do is try to create a classroom atmosphere that's safe, that's welcoming. I get to know every student, and I use inclusive language. I don't refer to a person's gender, I refer to them as a name.
I am a child of the inner city, so I was born and raised here in Winnipeg and grown up primarily in the inner city of Winnipeg. You know, I like to be very open with my students about my own upbringing and my own life and how it is that I've gotten to where I am today. My own teaching philosophy is very much in line with the 7 sacred teachings. And respect is always kind of my number one. In my role as one of the Indigenous resource teachers, you know, myself and Merle, we have an office that while it's a room for Indigenous students, it really is a room that is open to anyone who is wanting to or looking to learn about Indigenous culture in any way. I want to help. I want to help my students. I want to help everyone that walks in through the front doors, and they're looking to finish their education, and I want them to see the value of their education and what they can do with it.
So I am always learning about how people's lives are different. My previous experience is younger people who also have those experiences, and I think as a school division we're trying really hard to be more aware of the students' own experiences and how it reflects on their education and what we can do with them together. I ask almost as many questions as I expect them to ask. I try to learn about people and where they're coming from, both culturally and personally. I am learning to take into account some of those differences when I'm actually creating an assignment. Something as simple as using an essay topic that might trigger a student, their own perhaps experiences, negative, positive, whatever. The words that you use when you're speaking with somebody tend to create an impression in the listener's mind. Different words go in different places for different reasons. And English is huge with regard to how many words we have and how you use them. And most people are not exposed to enough words, even at this level, to know how much of a difference it can make.
I'm very passionate, and it goes for everything that I do with life, my relationships, definitely my teaching. And I made this promise that as a teacher, it does make a big difference to a student when you like what you do. If I start talking too fast, it's like because I'm like a kid in a candy store, and I've been talking about the science, like gravity. It's so simple, and yet there's so much to learn about it. So when I do a demonstration, I get so excited, I start talking so fast, and then so my students are like, they lit up. When they're done with me, I want to make sure that they can take what I teach them, and when they walk out that door, they'll be able to connect. What I teach them in this classroom applies not only to physics, chemistry, and biology, but in their critical problem solving skills. When they're going shopping, it's transferable skills. We go outside that medicine wheel in the front there. We take a look at the different plants that grow out there, and there's a purpose. Every single plant that grows in our medicine wheel in our garden actually are either growing there naturally or planted because there is a cultural significance to our Indigenous community. I see people that I used to teach, and they used to sit all goofy and like drumming with their pencils, and now they are attending to my mother at the hospital because now this is my mother's doctor. I want to make sure that I'm able to level them up, standing on the shoulders of giants.
My method is to be very welcoming and give a really, easy welcome, not to act super formal, get their name, and of course get my name to them. And there's a lot of different stories, a lot of unique individuals, everybody who comes in here and shows me their face. You want to support people. You want to show them that people do care, because we have a lot of systems here in Canada, but I feel like the systems, a lot of the time, are very successful at making people feel like numbers and not as people who are individual and unique and just trying to get through something, right? And it might be just for a window of time, but they're trying to get through it, and it feels like it's going on forever, and it feels like nobody cares. And that's the reason that I think that I get out of bed every day, even when, you know, I'm aching, I'm tired, and I really want to just have a couple days off because I'm exhausted myself mentally. That motivates me to just get up and come, because they don't get to take the day off either. And there's a saying, right? You know, we're never stagnant, but if we are stagnant, we're usually sliding backwards. And most of us don't want that. We want to be moving forward. And so the only way we know we're moving forward is if we take a step. And it feels risky. But with risk comes reward. And I want to be part of that for them, to see them through it.